Hey, what's up, other TisaTells? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Kim Kardashian, you need to sit down. All right. Kim Kardashian is out in these streets with her, didn't even pass her first year of law school exam self, out here defending a billionaire who was involved in the biggest Medicaid scam in the US. You know what? I do want to say this. See, first of all, who didn't see this coming? Honestly, who didn't see this coming? Did y'all really think that Kim was really going to spend her life being a social advocate and not actually getting to the bag? This is the same woman that doesn't even live in LA that endorsed Rick Caruso for LA mayor. Rick Caruso is for increasing prison, criminalizing homeless, literally doing a cash grab and making it. Rick Caruso his agenda was horrible. Kim decided to back it, even though she said a social justice advocate. It was, for everyone that knows the situation, a travesty. Now, oddly enough, it didn't work, and I don't think this appeal is working either. But did anybody really think that Kim was going to spend her valuable time helping poor people that are melanated, whether you black, white, Puerto Rican, or Haitian? Did you think that's what Kim was gearing up for? Or was this another thing of a Christian or special of no substance, looks good on paper, and just do headlines for people that don't mean anything? When are we, at the end of the day, going to move out of this era? Y'all, let's get into this. Kim should actually be ashamed of herself. And I know, listen, I've heard from multiple key people that Kim is a very sweet person. You go to her house, she's very sweet, she's very kind. And listen, maybe she is. To be a sister, a mother, a friend, maybe she is. But when are we going to start talking about how dangerous it is what Kim does? What she chooses to use her power for, and the cloak she goes under of who's going to care when at the end of the day, everything is for sale and you believe in nothing. Listen to this. She has launched a furious defense of Florida businessman who faces being re-prosecuted for 1 billion Medicare fraud after his 20-year sentence was commuted by Trump. Now, if you guys don't know, his name is Philip Esformas. He orchestrated one of the biggest Medicare fraud histories in the history of the U.S. If you guys don't know Medicaid fraud, it is a nasty thing. Not only are you stealing from the government, I know, like whatever, right? Sometimes I'm like, F this place. But also with the Medicare fraud, it's so scary because you're literally exploiting the disabled, the handicapped, and the very old. He worked with nursing homes. What does that mean? Charging for medication they didn't get, not giving them adequate care, not keeping the facilities clean. The list goes on and on and on. Imagine a slumlord, the worst type of slumlord. Now imagine your granny sitting, and that's her landlord, and the government is paying them all this money. She is literally defending a thief. And yes, I know Trump commuted his sentence. He was pardoned by former president. But remember when Trump was under fire for the play to pay, where they said people were paying for their pardons? What did Kim get in exchange for this tweet? You know what's really funny though, and this is the con? The fact that all these people that are out of touch don't understand that Kim's power, Kim can't even convince people to buy lipstick from KKKW. Kanye had to get involved for people to buy that underwear she's selling. Do you really think that Kim has any type of legal pull? Do you really think the people that follow Kim are looking to Kim for any legal advice, any political advice, who to vote for? She told 380 million people to vote for Caruso, and Caruso, thank goodness, isn't mayor. She does it. She tried to become a political power broker. It does not seem to be working. Now, maybe she'll get better at it, but I do want to say this before I get into his charges too, because this needs to be said. This and the way Kim is handling this, Kim gave this tweet, right? Because this proves something about how this proves all those rumors of her literally just clout chasing the social justice and even getting that one girl to pardon. Kim was literally clout chasing, doing what, and had no idea how the system works. Because listen to this. She launched a furious defense. She said this. Philip S. Farmers was convicted of 20 charges equaling $170K. Kim, it doesn't matter what it equaled to. The fact is she was doing it. And the prosecutor said that it was a multi-billion-dollar fraud. They could only get him on $170K. The fact that Kim is tweeting and misleading says enough, but keeps going. The judge then used those charges along with charges the jury found him not guilty of, and sentenced him to 20 years in prison and $43 million in restitution and criminal asset forfeiture. First of all, there's federal charges and there's state charges. You can be convicted for federal violations just like you can be convicted of state. Kim, if you had passed second-year law school, you would know this. Second of all, you're trying to tell us that the government convicted somebody for only $170K in charges, charged them $43 million in restitution and criminal asset forfeiture. It doesn't even make sense. How much did she get paid for this? Did she get paid? I really want to know. She said now the DOJ is trying to send him back to prison for the same crimes the judge sentenced him on. So it was a state court judge, and now the federal court says, no, we're doing federal judges against you, federal charges against you. Kim said, please read his story and share. So she's trying to create a social movement to get this thief billionaire that literally was a slumlord to the tune of $1.5 billion, the largest Medicare fraud racket in the world. You want to get him off, and you're going to start what? A tweet campaign? Y'all, this shows that Kim literally had nothing to do with it getting that girl off. Because here's the thing with Kim and Chris, and I've been saying this a lot, it's all about the appearance, the splash, the headline. It doesn't matter if everything's been proven true or not. You see the way Khloe thinks if she puts a picture up, the whole world will start. That's the way they were raised to think. It's all about the image. There doesn't need to be any substance behind it. If Kim had actually played a role in that girl's case, you would know it didn't happen from Kim getting involved. There were two lawyers who worked over 15 years on a multitude of cases, right? On a multitude of cases to get that girl pardoned. When they finally got that girl's head, they pushed and put, it was years of pushing, finagling, this and that. Do you think the governors just looked up and said, hey, I just saw a tweet from Kim Kardashian. She put an Instagram post. You know what? That girl's case. The case was already on their desk. They were already considering pardoning her. Now, admittedly, when the social media attention got on, they were like, wait, this looks like a good case to pardon, and I can get some cred, and maybe I'll get reelected. Ooh, brownie points, because the whole world's watching. But they didn't pull the case up, and they didn't pardon her just because of social media. Social media was a valuable piece, but it was a piece that came 5-10 years later. It was the last piece based off of the work that the real lawyers had put in. Kim doesn't understand that. That's why she thinks that she can just post and she's going to have the same effect. This guy, I guess he's just desperate and he just wants whatever. But you want this effect, but you don't want to put the work in, which makes me to believe that Kim doesn't know what the work is, and she never did. This is so irresponsible for her to tweet that he was convicted of 20 charges equaling $170K. He was found not guilty. He served 4.5 years in prison, much of it in isolation in order to avoid abuse by guards and other prisoners while observing his devout religious beliefs. You're bringing Christianity into this with this fraud cheat. You're literally now defending billionaires who were caught by the government. Do you know how sloppy and worse a billionaire has to be for you to even get in jail? She said, after hearing about the prosecutorial misconduct in the case, Kim, would you like to elaborate? You know what? For $1,000, what is prosecutorial? I know I can't pronounce it, but I know what it is. What is prosecution misconduct? Trump gave Philip a communion and let him come home to his family. He was focused on giving back and now has been law-abiding, devoutly religious family man. Now, listen, he operated a network of nursing homes and assisted living facilities in South Florida and was found guilty of paying kickbacks and bribes to doctors and administrators so they referred patients to his business. FBI agents described him as a man driven by almost unbounded greed. And if you guys don't know, once they get that kickback, the people are treated worse than dog mess in there. And get the thing, they're not preying on other wealthy people or people that are paying cash for. No, they're preying on working class people who can't afford elder care for their parents or their disabled spouses, loved one, whoever. So they depend on the state to fund them. The state won't give them the cash in hand, so the state will only pay for a nursing home that is Medicaid approved to take care. So you're already dealing on people that are poor and they're desperate and don't have a lot of resources. And you chose to steal and lie and think. And the fact that Kim is sitting here, Kim don't give a damn. And this is my thing about the Kardashians where people keep getting mad. This is my opinion. You can be a nice person. You can be a loving sister. You can be a loving brother. You can be a loving husband. You can be a loving wife. You can be a loving mother and father, sister, brother. You can be loving to the people you care about and still be an absolute monster because your decisions of only caring about, remember they said never go against a family, it's only family. The fact that you only care about your family and your bank account, that makes you dangerous to everyone else, especially when you're dipping into politics and things that actually affected people, right? Hold on. What else is there? They said days after Trump released him, what is his name? Esformiz was photographed dancing at his daughter Serena's wedding held in a backyard of his multi-million-dollar Miami Beach home that took place on New Year's Eve. Kim saying that he had to pay, they did $43 million. He came out still a billionaire. Would you do a 4.5-year bid in jail to be a billionaire? You're literally dancing at your daughter's fancy, lavish New Year's Eve wedding while people are sitting in their own filth and squalor with your nursing homes that took advantage of them. Listen, even his own neighbors shared a photo of a gift basket sent by the newlyweds to neighbors as an apology for the last festivities. It said, wishing you happy and healthy 2021. We apologize in advance for the noise, but it was a gift note along with a champagne gift basket. They said one of his neighbors tweeted, this mother effer. Philip stole 1.5 billion from Medicare. Couldn't be bothered to mow his lawn for 4 years he spent in prison. But days after the Trump pardon, he found the wherewithal to host a grand wedding for his daughter in his backyard. They said it's an incredible kick in the teeth to the agents and prosecutors. This is federal prosecutors saying. It's incredible kick in the teeth to the prosecutors and agents who toil away every day under very difficult circumstances to achieve justice and some restitution to the taxpayers from billions of dollars that was literally been stolen from them. If you're going to steal $250 million from Medicare, you're going to jail for 20 years. I have no sympathy for these people, none. You guys, Kim is really flying. I don't know what time she's on. It seems like demon time to me, but this is insane. Let's see if anybody cares. Let's see if Kimberly's power can get this man, her billionaire friend, pardoned. Y'all, let's see what it do. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is an absolute travesty. I know I say this so often, but Kim should be ashamed of herself. And this is disgusting. It's disgusting. You guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later.